Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a full breakdown about Cemre, Arda and Gökberk Yıldırım, and yes, the headline you saw is true. After months of keeping everyone guessing, the duo have made their relationship official with a lightning-fast civil ceremony. If you enjoy thoughtful deep dives instead of empty noise, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss what's really going on behind the scenes. Thank you. Now let's get into it. From the very first day they shared a frame, fans noticed what casting directors hope for and producers dream about: a calm, unforced chemistry between Cemre, Arda and Gökberk Yıldırım. It wasn't just the way they delivered lines, it was the way their body language synced, how their silences felt like complete conversations. On red carpets, they stood with the ease of longtime collaborators. On set, crewmates described them as focused and low maintenance. Arriving prepared, leaving late, moving through scenes with that quiet shorthand only partners develop. For a while, that was the whole story, two talented actors doing the work. Then came the small signs. Matching captions that looked accidental the first time and less accidental the third. A photo of a book on Cemre's coffee table that Gökberk had recommended in a late-night interview. A chair tucked into frame in one of his stories that fans recognized from her apartment. Nothing definitive, nothing anyone would place a bet on, but just enough for those who pay attention to begin connecting dots. Both stars ignored the chatter, gave the same disciplined answers in press lines, and kept the focus on the project. And then, as if they had agreed to flip the page at exactly the same moment, everything changed in one weekend. Here's what we know, without spin. Early Saturday, a municipal marriage office posted its routine schedule of civil ceremonies. A few hours later, neighborhood accounts picked up a short clip, two familiar figures walking out with a small group, smiling as they were showered with congratulations. No grand entrance, no floral arch, no 10-piece band, just two signatures, a pair of rings, a handful of witnesses, and that quiet look that means, we're really doing this. By the time the clip had circled back to the general feed, the couple had already left for a late lunch with family. It's easy to call that a flash wedding, and technically, yes, documents were filed, vows were exchanged, and the legal part took less time than a typical script read-through. But if you listen to what friends say and pay attention to how both actors have conducted themselves, there's nothing impulsive about this decision. Fast is not the same as rushed. Sometimes fast simply means the paperwork finally caught up with a bond that had been there for a long time. What pushed them toward the civil route? Start with the obvious: privacy. When two well-known faces plan a traditional celebration with invitations, rehearsal dinners, and venue scouting, the window for speculation blows open. Every vendor becomes a leak risk. Every fitting, a headline. And then there's timing. Production calendars are unforgiving. There are only so many clear days between table reads, blocking rehearsals, promo tours, and overnight shoots. Add in family obligations, existing contracts, and a mutual dislike for spectacle, and the minimalist choice begins to feel less like a compromise and more like a design principle: do the meaningful part first, and save the rest for later, or not at all. The ceremony itself, by all accounts, was stripped back to the basics in a way that felt intentional rather than bare. A simple bouquet, neutral colors, and rings with understated details you only notice up close. No branded backdrops, no exclusive camera crew. The room of witnesses was small enough that everyone could hear the quiver in Cemre's voice and the exhale Gökberk didn't try to hide. A relative read a short poem. A friend held a jacket that kept trying to slip from a chair. Someone laughed at the wrong moment, everyone laughed a beat later. And then, just like that, it was done: two signatures and a future. What came next was the opposite of a press release. Cemre posted a black and white photo that could have been an editorial if not for the small, very human detail of a misplaced bobby pin. Her caption, a single sentence about choosing each other when no one is looking. Gökberk, an hour later, uploaded a 3-frame carousel, a close shot of interlocked hands, a half-lit doorway, and a slice of sky. His caption wasn't even a sentence, just a date and a tiny punctuation mark people immediately adopted as the day's hashtag. Within minutes, colleagues weighed in below the fold with inside jokes and gentle hearts. Fans followed with the kind of congratulations that feel like a group hug. Now for the questions swirling around the decision to keep it small and the speed with which it happened. Some insist a quick ceremony means there's a surprise to hide, others argue it's a sign of profound clarity. The truth is less dramatic and more mature. Two adults who have spent months living in public chose to ring-fence the one moment that belongs only to them. When your craft requires opening your ribcage to a camera, maybe the real rebellion is refusing to turn every milestone into content. Industry reaction has been instructive. Directors love actors who anchor each other, crews appreciate leads whose offset calm makes 16-hour days feel shorter. One veteran AD joked that the fastest way to shut down a rumor mill is to make the rumor true and move on. A costume supervisor offered the most on-brand blessing imaginable: may all your fittings be the first fitting. Between the lines, you can read relief. Two people who treated the work with respect also treated each other with the same. What about career impact? In the short term, expect nothing beyond the usual microstorms, a few days of trending tags, a spike in old clips, and the inevitable rush to attribute their performances to their personal life. That correspondence can be flattering, but it's also lazy. Cemre's ability to find tension in a quiet beat and Gökberk's talent for making dialogue sound like thought did not appear overnight because a ring did. Their range was there before any certificate, and it will be there long after the timeline has moved on to its next obsession. The smartest play, which they seem to understand, is to accept the congratulations and then get back to set. As for the near future, here's what seems likely. There will be a small, private celebration when schedules align, something closer to a dinner than a gala, the kind of night where the speeches come unprompted and no one needs a seating chart to know where to sit. If a larger reception happens later, it will probably be because family asked, not because brand partners did. A honeymoon? If there is one, it will be disguised as an off week, an unplugged coastline, or a city where no one recognizes them until dessert. What there will not be is a daily drip of curated, newlywed content. That's not their voice, and the restraint itself has become part of why people root for them. There's also a lesson here for fans and commentators. Admiration doesn't have to be invasive to be enthusiastic. You can love a performance without trying to subpoena a life. Both Cemre and Gökberk have, gently and consistently, shown where their boundaries are: talk about the scene, the arc, the craft, and leave the kitchen table out of it. Choosing a civil ceremony isn't anti-romance, it's a reminder that the most romantic moments are sometimes the ones with no audience. Before we wrap, a few notes to the rumor-hungry corners of the internet. No, a minimalist ceremony is not code for turmoil. No, a quick signature is not evidence of anything other than a decision made by two people who know themselves. And no, a relationship confirmed does not erase the hours of discipline that made you care about these names in the first place. If anything, it challenges us to raise the level of the conversation: less decoding, more celebrating. Fewer theories, more gratitude that our screens are filled by artists who keep giving us believable worlds to get lost in. If you're new here, this channel doesn't chase ambulances, it tells the fuller story. Today's fuller story is simple and good. Cemre, Arda and Gökberk Yıldırım chose their moment, their way. They put ink to paper with the same elegance they bring to a close-up. They didn't perform it for us, which is exactly why it feels worth applauding. May their work stay brilliant and their private life stay exactly as private as they want it. Thank you so much for watching. If this approach to celebrity news, respectful, curious, and grounded, speaks to you, please like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell. Drop your well wishes for Cemre and Gökberk in the comments, and tell me which project of theirs made you a fan in the first place. Until next time, take care, be kind, and I'll see you in the next video.